by the way, when I say that, I'm not saying not to make money. I'm not saying not to invest in things. I'm not saying not to grow wealth. What I'm saying is, where's the legacy you left?
Right. I mean,
and what'd you really put that into? Like, the other thing we were talking about, and I don't know if we would touch on, we're both single fathers, so how does that work?
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. As long as my kids taken care of, they're good, and I spend time with them. That's all that matters to me. As long as they're all happy, they got what they need. I'm there for them when they need me and stuff like that. Like my two sons and my daughter, I'm there for them when they need me. Hey, where we going today?
Right.
Where we going? You know. I mean, my oldest son started playing ball.
Yeah,
he's a ball player now. I'm a happy for him. He like, Dad, I'm out here balling now. He getting the hang of it. It was a little rough at first, but he's doing great. My youngest son's a hooper.
Let me ask about that, because this
is
something for me I'm dealing with right now. My daughter seems to be ultra athletic.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you see her, actually. That's funny you mentioned that. And I don't really want to work with her yet. Now, and I'm being honest, and it's not even because of A, B, and C, and you're going to ask, well, she does this and she does that, and she does pretty good technique with these things. And bro, she learned that watching, right? And I wanted her to enjoy the process and pick what she likes.
Right.
And I feel like, if I get involved, it's all of a sudden, I remember what high school was like, right? I roll an ankle, the whole practice stops, right?
Right.
And you're in college, you roll an ankle. Move the drill 15 yards.
Oh man, come on now.
And it's a business, and you better be ready. And can you be ready? And you understood what goes with this, and the Booster Club handshakes and everything else that rocks with that, and where this particularly goes. And can you be ready? And for the crowd. And then, man, we talked about doing media too, right?
Right.
I remember what the jump was like from, man, we're having a great time, to the film intensive study, to, am I going to spend the time to do this? Am I strong enough to take this? Can I get this release off on this guy? Right? Can I get off? Can I cut the safety off? Can I get the block off? Can I do A, B, and C? Right? Okay. Can I run this route in this coverage? Right? Mm-hmm. Do I break it off here? Am I the hot receiver? Those kind of things. And you understand what I'm talking about. And it's kind of like, okay, do I do my job? Am I ready to be competitive to do that? And you have to be all in at that point, right? The passion's got to be there. It's not just about what comes with it. Do you love it or not? Right? So I think I want her to pick what she loves first before I really get involved, because when you love it, it doesn't feel like work the same way.
It just feel like, this is something I naturally just do.
I'm a grind. This is what I do, right? I want to be ready for this. This is my opportunity. This is, it's, man, I like it to like a euphoric experience, right? Yeah. And I want her to be able to have that without all the, man, you see all these kids sometimes. And mom and dad are pushing harder than the kid really is ready for. And you see it all the time. And my kid's the next Derek Jeter, and it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Come on.
It's because I see parents want to live through their kids.
They want a second shot.
Yeah. But that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to let the kid be a kid.
I would say that, but I want the competitive. I want her. She's competitive and she likes it, and I want her to be that way, and I want her to enjoy it, and just a free movement.
Right.
For right now, pick what you like at that point. Because I'm not sure if it's soccer or gymnastics or whatever she's looking for at this particular point. But I don't even want to do the extra stuff unless she wants to do it.
Right. I mean that's fair. I mean you're pretty athletic. I mean she get the competitive side from her dad, of course. But think about it, these kids naturally have that. When their parents like that, they're naturally gonna have that type of gene and that type of genetic, all that mindset.
The truth, her mom could have been pretty athletic if she'd wanted to do something like that. Okay. But the thought for me, even is this, and her mom had asked me the same question. Are you working with her already? I said, no. No, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I want her to enjoy this process for another couple of years. When she gets serious about something, maybe 12, 13, we'll have that conversation and I'll put a structure in place. But that's got to come from her. Daddy help me. Okay. Right? Because daddy's going to go all in on that. Daddy's kind of... Daddy needs to learn some moderation. But daddy can be all or nothing, right?
Right.
And daddy's a little extra competitive too.
But that's not...
it's kind of like being about the process, right?
Right.
Okay.
You got to prepare.
Yeah, for right now, I just want to be about that academically and see her learn and grow from there. And when it comes to that point, and I have that feeling he's gonna come to that point. I'll step in at that time. But for now, I just want to sit in the corner, put a hat on, sunglasses on, hide. Nobody know who I am, and just enjoy the process of watching. I really enjoy it.
Good, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I see you all the time.
I get excited by just watching that. I don't really want to, but she's really already on the daddy. I want to be strong like you kind of. And I don't know if that's. Yes.
You gotta enjoy that.
Do a little stuff, and I'll enjoy it, and I'll let her do a little box jump or push the slider, do this, and I've posted videos before. Yeah. I just really kind of enjoy the moment with that stuff.
Right. I mean that's great though. I mean she when I see her in the gym, she does her thing. She walks around, makes a little waist up and all the time.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody at UFC who spoils the shit out of my kid.
That's a fact, man. She loved by everybody.
Yeah, I know, but she really charms everybody. Like that's a skill. Apparently. So, yeah, I've noticed it too. Transition to the league.
Okay.
Biggest challenge.
Ooh, biggest challenge. I think playing I guess the playbook was a little different for me. I mean, it wasn't too different.
Really? Coming out of Alabama was more?
Okay, really? I'm on BS a little bit.
Okay, really?
I tell you what, our offense in Alabama was more of a pro style offense. It was just for the NFL. Luckily, playing with the Chargers my first year, I got drafted there. I got drafted there. It was like it's very similar, but it was just more of the words with the verbiage.
Verbiage was different. Okay.
Yeah, the verbiage was different.
Okay.
Was the game speed any different than playing at Brown Predators? Not too much. I say maybe a half a step difference of game speed fast. Because at Alabama we played super hard.
So by the time you got there, Philip Rivers was already a vet. So he showed up with a cup of coffee and no playbook and no nothing else.
Oh man,
That's you. What?
Phil, I think Phil was the first person that I actually agreed to admit. He was like, "Hey, yeah, I feel like daggone, that's it. Daggone, you big."
That's good. Okay,
that's it.
Okay, I'm sure you're protecting his blind side. So,
oh man, it is awesome playing on field, man. It was great. Learning that playbook was a little bit difficult, but luckily I understood it, so it didn't take me very long to understand that playbook.
Okay. How about nutritionally? How about the process of going about being a pro?
The part about the nutrition part in the league was a little bit different for me because I was more different than I used to because we're not really there all the time. We there.
Right.
But how at Alabama College, you got a little more freedom to move around.
Right.
And there, you don't have that freedom.
You're in the facility the whole time.
You're there from 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you may go out and you may get an hour or two to go to lunch.
Right.
Maybe an hour. I'm pushing 2 hours.
Right.
Maybe an hour to go to lunch. But then you're back in the classroom. You're back in there learning plays, studying opponent, X and O, safeties, linebackers, all stuff like that to make the adjustment to the defense.
Your next opponent. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what we're doing, man.
Installs, I'm sure.
Installs. Yeah.
Okay.
2-3 hour installs.
Okay.
And we sitting there looking at the board, we're trying not to fall asleep with a dip in our mouth.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah.
Trying not to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. But the process of it. But when you got to that Sunday, it was all worth it. Or that Thursday, or that Monday. It was worth it because it was we got a group of guys. I mean, we're working our ass off to have one goal, and that's to win the line of scrimmage.
Okay. So basically, your new family, in other words.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What's it like, the business of the league?
Business league. I mean, you could be here one day, you could be
gone the next.
You're on the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like college. Because college, you got the same teammate all 4 years. In the NFL, it's like you might have
grow together. Yeah.
Yeah, you might have a team in 2 years, and he might be gone the next to go sign a big contract somewhere else. Mm-hmm. It's just about whatever need. If they wouldn't want a guy, they'll go. But is it fun? Yeah, is it fun? It's all business. Of course, it's business, but you can't look at it as a business as a player. You gotta look at it as just having fun. You doing something that you doing what kids do.
Those are your guys, in other words. Yeah. You gotta look at them as your guys. Yeah, I would agree. It's opportunity, one opportunity after another, and it's easy opportunity.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of it.
And do it together. Yeah. Recovery methods.
Recovery, we had cold tubs. I used to hate cold tubs, so I used to go to good cryotherapy. I hated them cold tubs.
So tell me, you would do post-workout?
Post-workout, I mean, you want to work out earlier in the morning?
No, because, right now all the research is saying cryo, pre-workout, you're blunting systemic inflammation.
I think cryo is probably about my favorite thing to do. Ooh.
And you would do it before?
Yeah, I used to do cryo. I used to do it cryo in the morning, early in the morning. I used to know the guy there. Yeah. Cryo in the morning. I used to do cryo at nighttime.
At nighttime too?
Yeah, I just did it twice. You know what I'm saying? And I felt good the next day though for practice, but I did it the whole time. Now, would I go in the cold tub?
Was cryo like that in every city, or because you were in San Diego originally? So
yeah, they already had all that stuff.
They had all that
stuff. It was really.
Yes, I know that stuff had to go east. I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do any of the float tank stuff? Anything like that?
The float tank, I didn't get introduced to the float tank till a little bit later in my career.
Okay.
Like around 2017, 2018. That's when I really found out about that.
Really? Okay.
Time. Yeah.
I
was more on a hyperbaric chamber thing.
Okay. So you did that back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only reason I knew about the hyperbaric chamber was because of Dwight Freeney. He had one.
Okay.
And he slept in it. Yeah, that's the reason I knew about that. But that was pretty cool though. You did feel refreshed. I mean, after a couple of days, you start to feel the difference in the oxygen to your body.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else you did recovery wise that were just
acupuncture? I hate it, but the acupuncture, that shit sucks.
I gotta be honest. I loved acupuncture.
What?
Part of my health journey coming back, man. For me, there was two things that I remember meeting and really set me off.
Okay.
I had a client and two kids, and the mother set me in to see this functional medicine doctor in Southwest Miami.
Okay.
And she was well known in the Cuban community, spoke barely any English, was enough to communicate with me, and really put me on my health journey to think in a different fashion.
Wow, okay.
But at the time, between neurologists and Western medicine, I didn't really see a solution that made sense. Okay, you're gonna tell me definition of autoimmune was overactive or stressed immune system sees a protein it doesn't recognize and attacks it. Okay, right. Super. Why am I suppressing the immune system completely then? Why don't I try to strengthen it and calm it down? And it was a theory in my head and kept running, but it was a theory that ran in my head and nobody was saying. So I just said, okay, this can't be right.
Okay.
And when I got there, she kind of drew out a path that I don't know that I 100% agreed with everything she said.
Right.
But it really stimulated my thinking to go find answers. So I'll always be grateful to her. Like she had told me, go vegan. And I had tried it for a little while.
Yeah.
Now, and I got to be honest, I got healthy that way initially.
Did you?
And I really looked at it back then. And what she was really telling me was to look at the quality of meat. And that's something I really invested time into doing now. Okay. And I said, well, what if I had grass-fed this and grass? She said, where are you going to find that in this country? I said, wow, that's a great answer. Okay. Because what is the animal eating? And I really, when I looked back at it and looked at it, I understood exactly what she was trying to tell me. Okay, but how do I say this? Everybody who goes vegan feels great the first year. Why? Because they pull the inflammatory shit out of their diet initially, right? I cut some of the sugar stuff, I cut some of this. Although, Doritos are still vegan, right? But I wasn't. Usually when you go that route, that's not what you're looking at.
No, you're definitely going to look at
that's not really what you're looking
Doritos.
at. But okay. So I did most of it and clean up a lot of things, and it brought some of the inflammation down, and great, I felt better. But when I look back, you're going to have certain vitamin, mineral deficiencies by not including meat.
A question for you.
Ask it.
How did you maintain your protein, though? Or what did you get it? What
that's when you mentioned that I was drinking a ton of these Sun Warrior protein and raw protein. And bean and pea protein and those things seem to have worked for a little bit for me. The problem is, this is where the gut issues that would cause later would cause some more inflammation, right? So I realized I have some trouble with legumes. There's certain legumes I had difficulties with, okay? So I had to filter out certain foods. But it's funny because later on I would do this in a reverse fashion and run a ketogenic diet. And it was the best I felt for a year and a half. Except energy-wise started to go because electrolytes. So I realized somehow in this world, we go one extreme to the other extreme. You're going to have some deficiencies somewhere.
Right.
So there's got to be a balanced quality of what carbs to have. There's got to be a balanced quality of what fruit to have. There's got to be a balanced quality of what vegetables I can process. Which is going to lead up to a future show because I'm about to have cellular testing done at the cellular level for nutrition, so which foods will respond well to me. And I've seen people time and time again not respond well to certain foods, pull a conglomerate of foods out that they don't respond well to, and magically they shrink. The inflammation comes out, and I have a group that's doing the testing who's going to be on the show in a little while.
Okay.
Who's going to go over those things with me. But when I figured out what foods were good for me, all of a sudden things started to happen rather quickly.
Okay.
And I think that's where the inflammation response comes from. And especially in the league, how do I keep inflammation down to play the following week? That's kind of why I was asking those recovery questions and where to go from there. Now, on a large scale, you'll see everyday people having the same problems.
Right.
What are they doing for recovery? What are they doing for inflammation? Especially as you age. Think about it. As you age, or if you're chronically ill, your margin of error is about this big. So, again, where do I process there and where do I go from?
Right. I mean, as of playing ball, I mean, a lot of guys some guys use anti-inflammatories to get them through like through a whole season. I mean, that's quite normal. Sometimes.
Trust me, I understand. The issue sometimes is how much damage am I doing to my
liver, my kidneys, yeah.
My liver, my kidney, and my gut.
Yeah.
My gut lining.
Right. No, you're right. And that's why some guys switched over from eating beef to like fish.
I understand.
And that helped a whole lot because it's fish oil, of course. Fish and they do chicken.
The other thing I worry about with the fish stuff is the mercury.
Yeah, true.
Okay. So now I have a metal toxicity problem. So I tend to avoid seafood, and I just get I'll get as much grass-fed beef as I can.
Yeah.
Right. And some people don't respond well to chicken, and I think too much chicken bothers me too. So you're going to different avenues on where to go, and I tend to respond better to red meat when I eat it by itself.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's body is different. That's why that blood work chart is so important.
I would agree. Is that something everybody in the league's doing?
I think some guys are starting to come around to that because it does make you run at a high level. I realize that there are some foods I can't even have. Like I can't have like seafood. I'm allergic to shellfish, but I can eat oysters. I can eat crabs from time to time. But does it really help me? No, I don't think.
You coming out of New Orleans and you're allergic?
Look, bro. Look, now. Let me tell you.
Nah.
Let me tell you, you go to New Orleans on that charcoal oyster along with that butter bread. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I've had gumbo twice in my life. I don't even know how you do that then. Okay. All right, cool.
Man, I can't be down there, man. I'll be 600 pounds down
That's,
there.
by the way, for me too, something I've developed sensitivity to shellfish.
Yeah.
Wasn't there. Now, I've had a lot of use of immunosuppressants, and that will change your sensitivities in a shorter period of time.
Really?
Yeah, that's the price of being chronically ill. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that will be where you might change your sensitivities every 5 years. It could be 3 months for me, maybe even 6. Yeah, within that range, and I could still sensitivity can all of a sudden arise.
Wow.
So
how did that even come about?
Well, I had an autoimmune condition, so I had to suppress the immunity at a certain point, and that's kind of where that arose from. Gotcha. And the first time I got sensitivity tested was crazy because this could change that quickly, they told me, and I kept getting it done every 3 months, just for that particular figure to figure out what foods.
So you're saying every 3 months is a good time to look at your blood work?
Okay, I'm gonna say for most people, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. 3 months, I really like it. But for me, the sensitivity stuff showed up every 3 months.
Okay.
I don't know that you need to do sensitivity testing every 3 months. You could do that every year or so, and I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
it doesn't have to be done that frequently in that particular case.
But for you did it.
Yeah, for me, it's different. Yeah, for me, everybody's got a special case. Sometimes that would be mine.
Okay. That's kind of what I want to know because I've never heard of that 3 months. That's a little different.
Yeah, I know. So, last question.
Go for it.
Okay. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Me?
Yeah.
So 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully by that time, I got a visual plan.
I'd love to hear that.
My visual plan right now is like make sure my kids got everything they need. If I get married one day, it's cool, great, awesome. But if I don't, well, okay. I'm not too worried about it. Okay. At this point in my life, I'm not too worried about it. I got everything I need around me right now. Mm-hmm. I'm really focused on trying to get into more business. I got one. I'm gonna go get 2-3 more. I'm working on right now. Okay. I'm working with one of my friends on a towing company right now, trying to get that started. I'm looking into these little. You ever seen these little houses that made out of the metal that they carry on the truck? What they call them? The containers.
Containers.
Yeah. Container
yes.
homes.
Yeah.
I'm working on projects like that right now. And then on top of that, I'm also thinking about going to coaching in a little bit too. And it's just because I watch these players and they don't have enough detail in their game. And what I mean by that physicality, things to look for, things I want to do something called plug and play.
Plug and play.
Where these guys come out from high school, they train with me. I teach them everything they need to know, see things before they happen, and learn to breathe like a NFL lineman on a college level. At a college level, make the game slow down so they have a better understanding of what they're doing. Because a lot of guys are visual learners, and a lot of guys are guys you can't yell at. Some guys can yell at. Some guys you gotta talk to them a certain way so they firmly understand things. And how I see things, I see the game is super slow. I see things happen before they happen.
Right.
And that's just a lot of film study. So that's one of the things I'm working on right now at this time. So yeah, for 10 years now, I'm trying to be at least 300 million. I'm looking at things like that. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were just an athlete. I thought you were just a player.
Nah, man.
Okay, super. So when you look at those goals, to me they all sound like giving back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Different part of housing, different part of development, structure. Okay. Yeah. So like the one line in the show, so you understand this, you understand it? Yeah. My dad used to say, and I really based the show on that idea, the greatest investment is the investment in human capital.
I believe
okay. And it's a line that really kind of stuck with me. There's a number of reasons why this show came about, but that would be one of them.
Okay.
What do I give back? How do I send back? How do I send a message that probably isn't out there in a number of occasions? Thought pattern, so mental health, physical health, application to health, and tribe.
Right.
Like you see the people that live the longest have the biggest village around them.
They do.
Okay. So how do we create our own village?
You get the people around you. You get the people that are around you that are meant to be around you. That's how I look at it. People that love and care about you.
We've had a conversation before about how to create your own table.
Yeah.
Right? And that's something is a vibe is a part of health.
Yeah.
It really is. That's the venture off of health that people don't really seem to understand.
I agree with that. But I also think I agree with that. But it's like for us right now, just in this time of age, a lot of men don't encourage other men. I watch that. And I see when I'm in Georgia, I see when I'm in Alabama, I see how people talk to each other. They don't give that encouragement of like, hey man, I see you doing good. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's a fine line between competitiveness and driving each other.
Right.
Right?
That's not enough.
You had teammates at Alabama.
Right.
You were talking shit to them.
Of course.
Okay. But it was driving them. There's a positivity to it.
Right.
How do I drive you? I'm going to pick you up. I need you. We need you to play.
Right.
We need you to be that dude. You got to step in that hole. It is what it is.
You know what's crazy about that? When I played for the Seahawks, 2018, actually, one of my teammates, Tyler Lockett, and we had a team meeting because I think we had lost one game. We lost the game, but we was going to go to playoffs that year. And I remember Tyler Lockett goes up to in front of the team meeting room. He's like, hey, this team meeting isn't really about coaches and anything like that. It's about us calling each other out. And that was about us being better as teammates, being more accountable for the things that we do. He was like, hey, I need you, my brother. So one of us go stand up, we'll go sit in the back, go next to him and say, I need you to be better for me. We'll call each other out. I need you to be better. I need you to be a better blocker, or I need you to be a guy to make a better tackle. It's the difference between inches and winning the ball game.
Can you ride for me or not?
Yeah, can you be that guy I can depend on when the things get rough and I'm not doing as well? Hey, bro, let's fucking go. We gotta suit this shit up and go win this damn ball game.
We've had this conversation before where I say all the time, if they sit at my table, you already know they're better.
Yeah.
They've been vetted already.
Yeah.
You already know it's A, B, and C, and it's the start of health for me was I gotta recreate a table.
Yeah.
I got to recreate the pieces of me. I got to recreate the work of how I'm going to get there. And we have to recreate how the energy we're going to give off, right? So you often see, I got a guy sitting at my table telling me, yo, I don't like her energy. Well, then we got to go.
You got to go, yeah.
We got to go.
They don't align.
Either I'm not feeling it. If he's not feeling it, then I understand right away this isn't going to work. Right? So it's a pattern of pieces. Okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah. DJ, it was a pleasure having you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Folks, going forward, always remember something. No matter what goals in life you have, no matter how far it's going to take you, do you lay down a framework? Do you have a plan? Even if you have to reinvent the plan 60 times, Part of mental health and part of physical health is drive and goals. The minute we become complacent, we don't get any better. You're always going to see the same thing one time after another. People are going to talk about, yeah, I don't need to lift that heavy. Yeah, I don't need to do all this. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Yo, you're watching certain professionals at the physique level or at the profession of sports level tell you that. Why? For them, it's not worth the risk of injury. For you, you're not at that level where your nervous system has been impacted to that point. You got to find a way to progress. They're doing it in ways of, listen, I need to present my physique at the highest level. Or I already squat double my body weight, bench double my body weight, and deadlift 2.5 times my body weight. Getting stronger will not impact my performance as a professional athlete, specifically when it comes to speed and agility. So you've got to be able to recognize, for them, it's not worth the risk of reward. For you, it may take you to the next level. Does it apply to you or not? Please recognize that before we make all these general statements or take anybody else's general statements. Thank you.